Just come to number 17, the penultimate one of the 18 form Pilates Qigong sequence. Bouncing the ball. Again, lovely one. It's contralateral, works from opposite palm to opposite heel. So that's pretty much how the body works, opposite palm to opposite heel when we walk, etc. So it's really good for the walking gait. It's pretty much over mimicking a walking gait and working the body contralaterally from opposite palm to opposite heel. Marries up both hemispheres of the brain, and yeah, this is really good for function and everyday life. It's on the one leg, so 85% of the time of the walking gait we're on one leg, so it's really good to work that anyway. And you can, as with all these, because we're going down a Pilates style with it, zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals to stabilise against the instability. We can exploit the range, speed and tempo. Slow is harder, fast is easier. Bigger motions are harder, smaller are easier. Again, there's a few modifications with it to add more instability. So I'm just going to go back and demonstrate that. Zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. Simply calibrate and synchronise the breath with the motion. Integrate the breath with the movement. Generally, traditionally, it's breathe in first one, exhale next. Okay, as you empty and feel the legs from side to side. But again, if you did it the other way around, it wouldn't kill you. I mean, you know, there's lots of holistic forms, all breathe slightly different. You know, what it is, Pilates is, you know, sometimes different to yoga. It's the other way around, the breathing, Qigong, etc. They're all different. So it just tells you that none of them are going to kill you if you do it the wrong way around. As long as you are breathing, that's the most important thing. Okay, so again, going to go to traditionally how it's done, breathing in, first motion, exhale next. Going to go back and demonstrate. Again, same deal with the breathing. Zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals, breathe in through the nose, and exhale through pursed lips. And simply calibrate and synchronise the breath with the motion, integrate the breath with the movement. So I digress, I'm going to go back and do this. Again, start simply with the first motion. As you gather in and zip up and scoop out your abdominals, you're going to empty one leg, breathing in and exhaling down, feeling that soft cushion of the earth. Breathing in, coming up, exhaling down, feeling that soft cushion of the earth. I'd bring the hands up to shoulder level. You can bring them higher, but keep the shoulders down. But again, if you bring it up to shoulder level, generally that'll help you keep your shoulders over your hips, head over shoulders. Breathing in one motion, exhaling down, opposite palm to opposite heel. As you lengthen up through the crown, think of that puppet string, that hook, that brace on your head, pulling your head up towards the ceiling. As you empty one leg, fill up the next. Breathing in, exhaling. Scoop out your abdominals, take the navels towards the spine. Lengthen up for the crown. As if you've got a puppet string, a hook, a brace on your head, putting your head up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Breathing in one motion, exhale the next. Again, it can be low to the floor or high. Exploit the range. Slower is harder, fast is easier. You can allow that foot just to melt in towards the floor. Even lengthen out between big toe, little toe. That rooted leg. Imagine that tripod from big toe to little toe to the centre of your heel. Just rooting that rooted leg in towards the floor. All the joints are nice, soft, free and movable. As you zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. Feel that lovely breath. Coming low and deep to the lower lobes of the lungs. Your intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. Breathe in one motion, exhale the next. Want to soften the knees as you're coming down to fill up that leg. Again, you can go deeper. Again, you can breathe in one motion, exhale down, go deeper, no deeper than knee in line with toe. You can widen the legs and come down. Do the breathing so you can hear that. Again, it can be my speed or your speed. If you need to go a bit faster, you can do. It's quite slow and big motions here. Soften the knees. If you need to widen the stance, come in. And you can really root in if you like. As with all these, only going as deep as you like. Breathing in, exhaling down. Seashore breath. Soothe yourself with the sound of your own breath. Be aware of the sound of the breath, the feel of breath, as it weaves that tapestry of relaxation in every single organ, cell, sinew of the body. Shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. That lovely trickle of water just running down the back and dispersing. Mounting the shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. Again, if you find the shoulders are coming in, then just keep the hands below shoulder level. If you're right bringing them up, then feel free. Lovely. If you want to go deeper, you can go deeper. Again, if you want to take this on a level, then you can breathe in, come up. Again, come out with the foot and back. So I'll go back to demonstrate that. So again, you can breathe in, come up. Again, extend the levers and dorsiflex the foot and take the hand back just to get that nerve release. Hand comes out, so we exploit the range. This comes back, and again, you just sort of take that foot out, extend the knee. Don't lock out on any joints, don't lock out on the knee. Keep the knees soft, straight but not locked. Coming up, here and back. If you want to come down as well here, you can do. Really root yourself in here, then come back down. Again, the width of the stance is optional to you. Keep the knees behind toes. Come up, lengthen up for the crowd. And again, arms come out a bit straighter maybe, here. So you exploit the range, speed and tempo. Bigger motions are harder, smaller motions are easier. Breathe in one motion, exhale the next. Again, just getting that nerve release. Again, arms straight but not locked, just shy of locking out. Same with the knee. There's locked, there's just shy of locking out. Okay, so again, soft joints. Again, coming down only as deep as you like, lengthen up for the crown. Breathe in one motion. Exhale, coming down. Again, knees in line with toes. Coming up, gathering against the instability. Here and back. Lovely. Again, that's a really good one. Again, same deal, exploiting the range, speed and tempo. You can just lift about this much. Again, opposite arm, opposite leg. Just seeing how small you can get with these gaps. It's a really good one to do. So you're trying to really mimic these micro moves. Even though it's smaller motions, it is easier, but it's just got more of the principles mimicking these little micro moves. You're trying to sort of see how small you can make these motions as you take the foot off the floor. So it's hard to see if it's touching or not, or hovering or not. It's a good little one to do, just to get used to these micro movements, and you lengthen out between big toe, little toe as you do this. It really makes you lengthen out between big toe, little toe. So it's a good one to start off on, really small. Even imagine there's a piece of tracing paper underneath the foot and it's touching both the foot and the floor. So that's a good little one to start off on. So you just play around with this a little bit and just see how small you make them gaps between the floor and the foot. Okay, tiny motions, and then just build on that and come up. Lovely. Again, last one coming up, closure. Lovely.